Once upon a time, in a busy city filled with noise and endless distractions, there lived a man named Marcus. Marcus was like many of us, caught in the rush of life, always chasing more, yet feeling emptier with each passing day. His home was full of things he barely used, his mind cluttered with worries, and his schedule packed with tasks that left him exhausted. One evening, as he sat surrounded by piles of unfinished work and unused belongings, he realized something had to change. That night, he stumbled upon an old book about Stoicism and minimalism. It was the beginning of a journey that would teach him how to make life simpler, lighter, and far more meaningful. Marcus learned that Stoic minimalism was not just about owning fewer things, but about freeing the mind from unnecessary burdens. The Stoics, ancient philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus, believed that true happiness came from within, not from external possessions or endless desire. They taught that by reducing clutter, both physical and mental, we create space for what truly matters. Inspired, Marcus decided to test these ideas in his own life. He began with his home. For years, he had held on to clothes he never wore, gadgets he never used, and books he never read. He believed these things gave him security, but in truth, they only weighed him down. One weekend, he gathered everything he owned and asked himself a simple Stoic question. Does this serve a purpose or bring me joy? If the answer was no, he let it go. Slowly, his shelves became lighter, his drawers less crowded, and his home more peaceful. Next, Marcus turned to his schedule. He had always said yes to every request. Social events, extra work projects, favors for friends, leaving no time for himself. The Stoics taught that time is our most precious resource, and wasting it on things that don't align with our values is foolish. Marcus started saying no. He prioritized only what truly mattered: his health, his closest relationships, and his personal growth. At first, he feared disappointing others, but soon he realized that by guarding his time, he became more present and effective in the things he chose to do. But the biggest challenge was his mind. Marcus often worried about the future, regretted the past, and stressed over things he couldn't control. The Stoics called this mental clutter, and their solution was simple: focus only on what you can control. Marcus practiced this by asking, "Is this within my power?" If not, he let it go. When fear or anger arose, he reminded himself that his thoughts, not external events, shaped his peace. Over time, his mind grew quieter, his reactions calmer. Of course, the path wasn't always smooth. Old habits crept back. Some days he bought things he didn't need or overcommitted his time. But Stoicism taught him that progress, not perfection, was the goal. Each mistake was a lesson, not a failure. He kept refining his life, stripping away the unnecessary, and focusing on the essentials. Years later, Marcus looked around his small but tidy home, his clear schedule, and his peaceful mind. He had less, yet he felt richer than ever. He had learned that simplicity wasn't about sacrifice. It was about making room for what truly mattered. The Stoics were right. By letting go of the excess, we find freedom. Marcus' story is a reminder for all of us. In a world that shouts, more, 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 Stoic minimalism whispers, less is enough. It teaches us that a simpler life isn't just about having fewer things. It's about creating space for clarity, purpose, and inner strength. So ask yourself today, what can you let go of? What truly matters? The answers might just lead you to a lighter, freer, and more fulfilling life.